I'm with Bob Steinberg. Bob Steinberg, in addition to being a past president of this congregation and a past president and leader of many of the organizations in our community, has been a stalwart when it comes to Shaare Zedek as a member and as somebody who's remained involved for many, many, many years. I understand, Bob, that you have a particular recollection about Rabbi Adler that you wanted to share.
Very definitely. My recollection involves an uncle of mine named Irving W. Bloomberg, who was a very close friend of Rabbi Adler. Irving was a founder of Sinai Hospital, worked with Rabbi Adler in the matter of kashrut at the hospital because that was not a solid position of everybody. But Irving was a friend, and Irving was a fisherman. And Rabbi Adler loved to go fishing with Irving because it was gentleman fishing. A guide, a beautiful day, a couple of other gentlemen that he took with him all the time, many times. And so on one of the early mornings, 5:30 a.m., still dark, Irving pulled up in front of the rabbi's home, as he normally did, and waited for the light to go on in the porch, indicating the rabbi was to show up in his fishing clothes. And the four of them always talked about how schlumpy they looked with their old clothes and their boots and their hat. And the rabbi didn't show up that quickly in the morning, but as the door opened, Rabbi Adler walked out in full tuxedo and tails. Everything you could imagine, with the fishing pole in one hand and the bucket in the other. And this led to the gentlemen jumping out of the car as quickly as they could, hysterically laughing and running up to the front porch and hearing Goldie Adler behind the door laughing as hard as she could. And the rabbi said, very formally, "Gentlemen, you have constantly talked to me about how schlumpy I looked to go fishing, but here I am, and I'm recommending that this be the garb that we have for future meetings of our fishing group."
Did Goldie ever ask the rabbi, when he came back from a fishing trip, did you catch me some gefilte fish today?
Occasionally they brought some fish back. Many, many times it was a catch and throw back.
Right.
But the thing that was marvelous was when they were done fishing and they sat down and they had a guide, and he always brought a kosher lunch, and they just sat and relaxed. One of the gentlemen would ask the rabbi a question about Judaism, a question of where the synagogue was planning to build a new building or something from the Sedra of the week. And that began a discussion. And that they all said, everyone that ever went, that was one of the great moments of their life. Sitting in the middle of the bay, no sound but the lapping water, and the rabbi talking about Judaism,